Okay.
All right, here we are. We are at our March live event, and today I have Bill and Sam who are here to check in with us and give us some updates about what's going on here at the Lorain County Veterans Service Commission. Bill is also a Air Force veteran, and then Sam and myself, we're both Navy veterans who work here at the Lorain County Veterans Service Commission. A couple things we want to start out with are the VFW director, Mr. Michael Figlioli, spoke with Jacob during our recent training that was had, and Jacob just wanted to say thank you to him for his time with us. Hero hikes are going on as of March 7th. That will be from 3 to 4:30 p.m. at French Creek Nature Center. If you would like to go to those, please reach out to us. We will have flyers posted as well for that. And then we'll go ahead and have Bill talk to us a little bit about the bus tours that are going to be going on this year, and go ahead and let us know what's happening, Bill.
All right, Bill Weber. I'm one of the Veteran Service Officers here at Lorain County Veterans Service Commission. And I want to talk a little bit about the bus tours that we do. We started doing these a few years ago, and the program is expanding. We did 5 tours last year, and we've expanded the program to 10 stops, 10 different events this year. So we've doubled in the last year. And we do these tours. They're free for all Lorain County veterans. And we do these tours. We tour different locations throughout Ohio, going to historical sites, museums, and monuments, not only to entertain the veterans, but also to provide them with historical significance and educate the veterans on how Ohio has contributed to the politics, the industrial age, and the technical things from Ohio that we've contributed. And there's a lot of different places around Ohio that we've ventured to last year. And as I said, we've doubled those locations, going to 10 different spots this year. And another thing we're doing differently this year is 2 of the locations that we're going to are going to be overnight experiences where we're going to actually spend a night over there and spend 2 days in those facilities. So I wanted to pass along some of the advertising where they can be found. The bus tours, we're advertising them on social media platforms and also in the local newspaper, Senior Living, and mainly on our website. That's where the veteran needs to go to register for these events. And the trips, the guided bus tours has a maximum capacity of 50. So we really try to encourage the veterans to sign up as soon as possible. The event is posted 30 days prior to the actual event. So they need to go on our website, register for it at least 30 days prior. And then the event is shut down a day or 2 before. Our goal is to try to fill the buses to maximum capacity. And as I said earlier, this is for Lorain County veterans primarily and exclusively. However, that doesn't mean veterans outside of Lorain County could not sign up for the event. Obviously, the priority is for Lorain County veterans, but if we can't fill the bus with Lorain County veterans, then we would look at filling the bus with veterans from other counties. So again, our main goal is to fill the buses up to maximum capacity of 50 seats. And again, these are free tours. The veteran doesn't pay for anything. There's usually a stop in the morning, and then there's a restaurant that we go to for lunch, and then there's another stop in the afternoon before coming back to our facility. Showtime for these events is usually typically at 7 in the morning here at our facility at 1230 Abbey Road North in Elyria here. But some of the events that have overnight stays, there will be earlier show times, and all that information will be posted on our website. The overnight locations this year that we're going to try to do for the first time is the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base down in Dayton. We'll be staying overnight down there. And also, for the first time in this program, we're traveling out of Ohio to the Flight 93 National Historical Site in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. So that'll be an overnight stay as well. Obviously, we'll have earlier show times for those 2 events. The registration form to sign up is on our website. That needs to be completed. And once it's completed and you hit submit, that would come to me. And then I build a roster and I call each veteran back to verify that they are in fact seated on this trip and on this particular tour. We kindly ask that you only bring one guest per veteran. We've had an issue with this in the past where veterans want to bring up more than one, and I understand that, but we really need to be fair to all the veterans in the county to try and give everybody an opportunity to get on these tours. So we respectfully ask that you bring only one guest on these tours. If you have any questions regarding the tours, you can contact me at my phone number 440-340-7919 or email me at williamw@lcvsc.com. We're looking forward to a great year. We had a great year last year, and come on out and have a great time. See some of Ohio.
That's going to be awesome. You guys are doing so much this year with those bus tours. I'm so excited to see how many people.
It's expanded quite a bit, and it's gaining popularity to where I think we may need to expand to a second bus next year.
That would be awesome. Well, awesome. Thank you for coming in and sharing all those updates,
All right.
Bill. We appreciate it. And
thank you.
We'll see you again soon.
Awesome.
All right. So Sam is here, and he is going to talk to us a little bit about 30, 60, 90-day decision letter, correspondence letters from the VA, as well as what certain development letters would look like, when to worry, when to not worry, when you should come in and call. And then if you need to take any action, a lot of these letters will get sent without a need for action. But we understand that sometimes we just don't know what to do. So go ahead, Sam, talk about some of those letters and what they do. I think we'll start with an intent to file. And once that is done through our office or from their home, they're going to get a letter in the mail that states that they did the intent to file.
Yeah. So first, I would like to start with, at no point should any of this correspondence worry you. As service officers, we're here to help you with not just your claims, but everything that goes into it and things that come out of it, such as this VA correspondence. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here so that everybody can see what we're looking at. So. Okay, I think I'm doing it. Are we good? Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay. So this first letter right here, this is acknowledging that the VA has received your intent to file. You may have gone on va.gov and submitted an intent to file. You may have called the 1-800 number, 1-800-827-1000, and submitted an intent to file, or you may have done one of these here in our office. A couple of things to keep in mind with this form here is that you do not need to take any action regarding this form. It's just acknowledging that the VA has received your intent to file. But in this second paragraph here, if your completed application is received within 1 year from the date that your intent to file was received, and we decide that you are entitled to VA benefits, we may be able to compensate you from the date we received your intent to file. This is not a claim. This is an intent to file. We still need to submit a claim. There's going to be some follow-up work that may need to be done on your claim. Again, this session here isn't so much to provide specific guidance, just kind of some insight into what these letters are here. This next letter we have here, right here, big at the top, important, reply needed within 30 days. We are working on your claim. This one here, something here to keep in mind, the VA is going to say that a lot of this requires a reply within 30 days. This particular form right here, they are asking the veteran to provide copies of their service treatment records, you'll see here. But the VA is just acknowledging that they are requesting service treatment records from the service department. You don't need to do anything at this time. VA is working on those. Like anything, when the VA requests it, they're going to send acknowledgement that they are requesting this to you. They will send you a further notice stating that they have not been able to obtain the requested records or documents. And then at that point, you would need to provide those if you have possession of them. This next one here, again, important, reply needed within 30 days. We are working on your claim. This form right here is when a veteran files a claim for PTSD or other mental health condition. the VA is oftentimes going to ask them to provide details regarding their in-service stressor or stressors. This is going to accompany another form here, the 21-0871. Again, anytime you receive any of this correspondence, don't feel like that you are on your own in regards to this. Take a look at it, read it over, and if you don't understand it, please bring it in here to us. I can guarantee you that if you come into the office, somebody will be able to review the correspondence you've received and give you an answer in regards to what you need to do, if anything. But this one here, it would come with an additional form, and we would not expect you to complete this on your own. But we would encourage you to take a look at it ahead of time to kind of familiarize yourself with what information and details that you're going to need to answer this question. That way, when you do meet with your service officer to complete this form, you are able to give them some answers rather than trying to think of the answers for the first time at your meeting. This next letter here. This is, you reported that medical treatment records are relevant to your claim. You also completed a release form authorizing the VA to access these records. This one here, they've changed the format of this. Generally, you would see a big important reply needed within 30 days, and a lot of veterans took this in the worst way possible because of this next sentence here saying, even though we have asked for this information, it is your responsibility to see that VA receives it. A lot of veterans, they'd oftentimes get this and they'd see the urgent and be worried that the VA wasn't able to obtain their medical records. This again is just acknowledging that the VA has sent out a request to a private provider to obtain your treatment records. Again, if they are unable to do so, they will send a further notice stating that they've attempted to obtain your records, but they have been unable to do so. And they are going to give you some time to obtain those records yourself and upload those to the VA. And those records, if you do obtain them yourself, please don't feel like you have to mail those in or fax them to the VA. We'd be happy to accommodate the upload of that. If we're assisting you in your claim, that's certainly something that we're happy to assist you with. This next one here, this one is specifically for a claim involving Agent Orange. But oftentimes, if a veteran is filing a claim regarding toxic exposure, the VA is going to ask for examples and locations and how they were exposed to, in this case here, Agent Orange or other toxins. This one here, we're giving this to you as an example so that you can take a look at and just see what they may be asking for. Again, it's a good idea to read this letter the first time before you come in to see your service officer. That way, you're not racking your brain, feeling on the spot. Take some time. The big thing is with this, you've got 30 days. Take a little bit of time to maybe think about this. If you don't know exact dates, exact locations, that's okay. Oftentimes, I know in the case of this letter here, this was sent out before the VA had actually received the veteran's personnel record. So this was just anticipation of the VA trying to develop for Agent Orange exposure. This is just something here that, they're going to ask you for details of. And again, if you can come prepared to an appointment with the VSO to provide these details to the VA, it's going to be very helpful. This one here, I wanted to have this one earlier, but this one here is the VA is requesting that the veteran complete this form right here, VA form 21-4142. This form is when a veteran states that they've received treatment outside of the VA. It is a release so that the VA can obtain these treatment records. Again, don't feel like that you need to complete this form on your own. If you can make a list of the providers that you see, whether that's, for example, University Hospitals, Cleveland Clinic, Metro, maybe a name of the doctor and some general dates, maybe year range that you've seen those doctors, what they've treated you for. That way, when you do come in and we're helping you complete this form and uploading it to the VA, we're not racking our brains trying to track down an address for the specific location. Anything that you can do to prepare ahead of time to help us complete this form for you is greatly appreciated. So So this one here, this one's very important. This is what we would call a AMA letter, or an Appeals Modernization Act. Once a veteran has filed a claim for a condition, in this case here, bilateral shoulder condition, bilateral hearing loss, chronic rhinitis, hypertension, prostate cancer. Anytime a veteran files a claim for a condition and that condition is denied, the VA is always going to specify that that needs to be filed again as an appeal. More oftentimes than not as a supplemental appeal, but that's something you'd be able to get into with your service officer. This letter here, you may receive this if you filed a claim and it had been previously denied. Again, we don't expect you to know every condition that you filed for and when you've been denied, but if you do receive this letter, it does mean that you've been denied previously and you're going to need to file an appeal. That's certainly something that we're happy to help you with working on. Oftentimes, the regulations, the laws concerning how these claims are connected to service change. And so it's a simple appeal. Again, I don't want to get into the weeds of, specific guidance for an appeal, but this is something that you'd want to work with the service officer on to, pursue that claim and to file that appeal. And this next letter here, this is one that could be worrying for some veterans. This one you'll see important, reply needed within 60 days. This is what we would call a proposal to reduce. The VA is saying that they've reviewed medical records concerning the veteran service-connected disabilities and noted improvements. Based off of that, they are proposing to reduce the veterans combined service-connected disability rating from 90% to 80%. And it gives you the conditions, the current ratings, and then the proposed ratings. I can understand that this letter is going to be worrying to some veterans. But again, we're here not to just file your claim, but to ensure that you're receiving maximum benefit and that we're ultimately assisting you through the entire claims process, filing your claim, handling correspondence to and from the VA, handling your appeals, and then especially in a notice like this here, I can understand that this would be concerning for some veterans. This letter here, this one is very important. If you do receive this letter, and really, again, any correspondence you may receive, you'd want to bring into our office if you don't understand it as soon as you're able to. Somebody would be able to take a look at it, review it, let you know what's needed, if anything, and if necessary, get you an appointment with a service officer. I know for a matter of fact, if I review a veteran's correspondence from the VA and it is not the veteran that I've worked with previously, I'm going to let their service officer know as soon as possible that they've received some correspondence and that there is a reply needed on the part of the service officer to help the veteran. This one here, what I would like to show you is that, or what I'd like to tell you about is that this proposed reduction here, this one is very important, and I really want to stress this. If we are responding to the VA and we're requesting a hearing, it is of the essence that in order to preserve your payments in the meantime until a final decision has been made, that we make that request for a hearing within the first 30 days of receiving this. And this isn't by any means an exhaustive list of what a veteran may receive as correspondence, but it's just meant to say, serve as an example. And ultimately, we just want you to know here that we're here for you. Again, I know I've said this a couple of times, but not just to file your claim and that we're done with you. We really do want to support you in this matter here. I understand I've gone through this myself on my own, attempting to file these claims, and was very stressed, didn't have an idea of half of the time what they were asking me for. And, we're experts in what to do with this, what's required, and, ultimately, just helping you to feel better about what you're receiving from the VA. So any questions for me, Jackie?
I think that was great. You got us down to the last 30 seconds of our live with all that information. So I really appreciate it. It was a wealth of information. I know a lot of people get these letters. So the last couple things I just want to make note of is, even though we are booking out into May right now, you can come in and you can see Sam, and Sam will review your decision letter and see if there's something that needs to be done with that, or your development letter. and make sure that if it needs to get done, it gets done before, potentially before you can get in to see your service officer. So don't sit on it. Don't schedule an appointment 3 months out and then say, oh, well, I got this letter 3 months ago. All right. Make sure you get in and talk with the service officer prior to make sure that that's getting handled. Other than that, I really appreciate you joining us on the live today, and hopefully we'll see you again next month to talk about some more things VA compensation related, maybe pensions and things like that. So we look forward to everybody else joining us as well, and we'll see you again next month. Thanks,
Well,
Sam.
thank you for having me, Jackie.